On the nation's sharpest opinion, I would like to talk to you about the crazy airfares that we are seeing these days, and truly it's gone out of control. It's been skyrocketing and it's complete predatory pricing. It's more expensive to travel between cities in India than it is to travel internationally these days, and I don't understand why. And today a report by the Airports Council International Asia-Pacific has confirmed what many of you who've been flying routes in India already know, and that is that India has seen the highest increase. I repeat, the highest surge, the highest increase in airfares in the entire Asia-Pacific and Middle Eastern region. This is so unfair on us, and I don't know why the government's allowing it. I don't know why Air India is allowing it. I don't know why the Tatas who run Air India and Vistara are allowing it. I don't know why Indigo is allowing it. And you know what people are talking about? They are saying since there are only two major airlines these days who are controlling most of the Indian market, it's like a duopoly between them, and that's really dangerous. Take any Indigo route, see the fares these days. It's skyrocketing, it's unfair. And I'm asking you viewers, these crazy air prices are what the over 3 million air passengers who travel domestically every week pay. Why should we accept it? How can a domestic air travel be allowed to cost much, much more than international air travel? I thought it was a joke when people said it's perhaps cheaper for someone to travel to Vietnam these days than to travel from Mumbai to Delhi. And others said that on some routes, a flight from Bombay to Delhi is almost as expensive as flying from Delhi to London, and it's true. Why is it cheaper for someone to travel to Dubai than to go from Delhi to Mumbai? Why are we allowing it? Mr. Scindia, what's going on? What's the rationale here? Why don't you step in? It's not enough to say we are going to recommend that the private airlines do something. They won't. The reality is they won't. And after Air India has been sold and after Go First has stopped flying, things have got worse. Does it mean, therefore, that the absence of a government airline and the reduction in the number of airlines who are flying is creating a system where between two airlines they have almost a monopoly of traffic? Why is it cheaper to go to Colombo in Sri Lanka from Bengaluru than going from Mumbai to Bengaluru? Ladies and gentlemen, why is the busiest route the costliest? The busiest route is Delhi-Mumbai. It's the costliest, and costliest by over 35%, which means if you fly the same distance anywhere else in the world, you will pay 35% more or 35% less if you were elsewhere in the world than if you were flying Delhi to Mumbai. This is an assault, an absolute assault on middle-class Indians who rely on these flights. And I'm horrified that the airlines are allowing it. The airlines must realize that people across the country are angry with their behavior. The airlines must realize that safety standards are falling and prices are increasing, and there is no sense of answerability. The airlines must realize, and I've seen some statements of some CEOs of some airlines very arrogant about passengers, but absolutely not answerable about predatory pricing. This is predatory pricing and the government must intervene. Ladies and gentlemen, last week, we witnessed how in the wake of a national tragedy, in Balasore, the prices on routes to Bhubaneswar ranged from 20,000 to 66,000 on a one-way ticket. Is this not predatory pricing? It's just absolutely shameful. And I don't think a one-off intervention by the government is enough. The government is not doing enough. Ladies and gentlemen, the government is waiting to intervene. I don't know for what. I don't know why the DGCA did not act when they knew of this rise in March. They knew that the airlines were operating fewer domestic flights. There was a massive increase in high oil prices, limited terminal capacity at airports. The DGCA could act. The DGCA did nothing. And another thing, is this an impact of Go First? Is this going to be long-term? Go First filed for bankruptcy over faulty engines by Pratt & Whitney. SpiceJet is in big trouble. So there's no Go First. SpiceJet is in big trouble. It's Air India, Vistara and Indigo who have the virtual monopoly of the Indian market? And is that the reason why the middle class should be suffering? What is the answerability of these airlines, ladies and gentlemen? I think we need to talk about this. The number of airports in this country has increased from 74 to 121. But what is the use of rapidly building airports if you're going to let airfares go through the absolute roof? I know the government may say, well, this is not an election issue, but this is a middle class issue. And Republic is going to talk about it. Later, we're going to have this on debate number 3. It's absolutely crazy air prices, viewers. I think we need to make our voice felt on this.